House Republicans are hoping to show they can work together and put the drama of last week's Speaker of the House race behind them. They're ready to shift into work mode with week one priorities that include protecting the unborn and standing up to China.
The House will be in order.
Newly minted House Speaker Kevin McCarthy survived 15 rounds of voting and unrest in his own party before securing the Speaker's gavel. The first votes under his leadership weren't nearly as contentious. The House passed a rules package with only one Republican no vote. The typically routine procedures were a sticking point in negotiations last week. McCarthy made multiple concessions to hardliners in his party in order to secure his win.
This rules package is a rules package that reflects this body, the entirety of the Republican Party, on making sure that we restore the people's house. And we are united to do that.
Among those changes, doing away with omnibus spending bills and requiring a 72-hour review before a vote, as well as reversing a pandemic-era procedure allowing members to vote from remote locations.
Just think about this. For the last 2 years, you've had proxy voting, including just a few weeks ago, where you had dozens, if not over 100 members of Congress voting from a remote location on a $1.7 trillion spending bill that was written in dark of night and dropped on members before they could read it.
Republicans then successfully passed their first bill, repealing a large chunk of funding for the IRS meant to help hire 87,000 new employees over the next 10 years. Democrats argued the resources were necessary.
Our government should have the resources necessary to ensure that it's not just the middle class that pays our bills and pays our debt, but the wealthy tax dodgers who pay their taxes.
Other priorities will include committees focusing on China, including a bill this week that would prevent exporting products from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve to the country. There are also two pro-life measures scheduled for week one, including a Born Alive bill that would penalize doctors who don't provide life-saving care to babies born after an attempted abortion. There will also be a resolution condemning attacks on crisis pregnancy centers and religious groups.
We think it's important that they set the tone, showing that the pro-life issue is extremely important to the party and to this Congress.
The House will also look to pass a bill next week that would codify the Hyde Amendment, which prohibits federal funds from being used on abortion procedures. Matt Galka, CBN News.
Well, welcome to a new Congress. Now the issue is, will it make it through the U.S. Senate? And I certainly applaud them for saying no more on this omnibus bill. Let's have these things separated out so that we can actually be making intelligent decisions and not just trying to decide things in one lump bill. If you have a problem with one particular part, it means you vote against all of it. That's why they put it all together. They're trying to hide some things in that. And that 72-hour review is absolutely important. To imagine passing legislation that you haven't even read, but they've been doing it for some time.